Welcome to the mindless musings of friends while two of us play Stardew Valley.
You said Evangelion had the Razi fun ending. What did you mean by that?
Okay, so Razafon has this mythology that's like shaped from the very beginning of the entire show, where they treat the main character with like they kind of treat him with like a degree of dignity and like respect, and it's people he doesn't even know, and he doesn't know why, right? And he's basically being groomed his entire life to be an artist, isn't he? Was it Ayato, right?
Yeah, sure.
His whole life is budding him into basically creating a canvas of a new world through creation, right? So it's essentially a creation story.
Mhm.
So, but what the mother who's grooming him into this kind of life in order for him to do so at the peak of his adulthood is doing, she doesn't factor into the fact that he will go and get a girlfriend, which, unknown to him, is somebody he's already met, but is an older person because of the whole time dilation effect. Do you remember with Haruka?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that goes on, and there's like the conflict between the two races over his life, who gets to, save him, and basically like, even though he becomes a political prisoner without himself even realizing it, he solves the whole thing at the end by basically achieving the thing that he was meant to do from the start, where everybody can have a peaceful life. So he recreates and retunes the planet. Because he was groomed from it from the very beginning. There was always something special. There was always something unearthly about him. He was always like basically of the gods, essentially. But yeah, all he does is he just creates like a new world where everybody's alive instead of dead.
That show made my head hurt.
No, Rosafon's fine. The problem is that Ava is the thing that clearly inspired it.
Yes.
It's just Ava's references are now done with knowledge that Arno just chose those references because he thought they were cool. Whereas like Rosafon actually did it with a story in mind from the beginning. Like it's right there from episode 1.
I was told that at the screenings for this new movie, they actually handed out pamphlets because in the final act, they introduced so much new mythology and terms. They needed something like right away, just in the final half hour of the movie, that they were confusing their audience members. So you have to literally read homework to understand the final act of that Evangelion movie.
Okay, so this is what the Lancelot says. This is oh. It literally gives you a pamphlet that's like a bibliography as you're actually going in for a movie.
Yes.
How about not explaining it to your audience and just keeping it as a neat little reference so you can just go home and then read it online like a big nerd and go like, oh, that's interesting. Give the audience the freedom to do so as they please.
So basically make your show into Twin Peaks where every little detail is overanalyzed.
Yeah.
Or Lost.
Yeah, Lost.
No, I think they did that on Lost to make sense of it. Not make it make more sense, but make general sense of it.
I don't know what the numbers were.
Unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Rick actually is locked out.
Unless you're Hurley, apparently, because Hurley freaking won the lottery with them.
Wow, you're not salty about beating that thing and getting the spells you wanted? Where's Kieran gone?
Did he, like, sneak out to bed?
Huh? What?
Oh.
Said you're not salty about getting the spells that you wanted after all this time. Hey, at least you don't have to work with that guy who's your healer.
Yeah, I wish I did. Because at least that way it'd be within strangling distance.
Yeah, that's true. You can't ban me from the game if you're dead. There's the evidence.
It's just, I don't understand sometimes how some people can get so far and yet be so fucking useless.
Tom always tells me about this game when it comes to the PC players that the vast majority of them don't know what the hell they're doing. Whereas, like, the people who roll up and do the content on the first day, they care. They want to know. They want to do it. But every so often you'll see people just like go through content at their own pace, and then a year from now it's like nobody knows what they're doing, like headless chickens. You just need friends. That's it. You tell him, Shanti.
You got the dog right.
You actually get the dog right then?
Yep, that was Chauncey.
Well, I know Annie would probably be on your stomach, wouldn't he?
No, Annie is over in the chair.
Oh, is it Broggy on your belly right now?
There's actually nobody on my belly right now. I've got Jasper on my shoulder, JJ on my leg, Chauncey on my leg, Broggy's across the room in a bed. He's on a new pain medicine, and it tends to make him a bit sleepy.
But yeah, Kieran, we can do Matthias Relic tomorrow if you want.
Yeah.
You can finish off the plot line for that.
Yep. I'll get me all caught up. And then, yeah. Ooh, all ready for 6.0.
5.5.
Wait,
Well,
you're
5.5
actually
and 6.0.
wait, you're actually into the plot?
No, he skips everything.
I skip everything, but there's a lot of optional content you can't get through unless you're caught up with it. So
That was a ring. I don't know what the hell I was looking at then. It's a ring. Kind of glad they're removing belts from this game. It's pointless things.
Belts aren't pointless, they hold your britches up.
I was looking at this other thing, which looks like a big staple on your neck. People are running right now Deltascape version 4.0. Don't know why.
perhaps they just need the clear.
Sigmascape for Saintly Beam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. They're trying to do Sigmascape 4.0 in Savage for Kefka clears. Okay.
Only a lot of people want the dude who plays Bucky in those Captain America movies to play Luke Skywalker if they ever bring the character back for Mandalorian.
I mean, Sebastian Stan does look a lot like Mark Hamill.
Like, I'm trying to. Have I ever seen him in anything where he didn't have like that outrageously long hair or wig or whatever it was?
But the original Captain America when he had short hair.
Yeah, but I saw that so long ago.
It's like from 2009.
Yeah, well, that's over a decade now.
It's not even a really good movie either. I mean,
I'd say the first half is better than the second half.
I haven't seen it, so I don't have any idea.
I kind of like the stuff where Chris Evans was just normal Steve.
Yeah.
Like the effects of were really, really good.
basically everything that has Tommy Lee Jones in it, that whole part of the movie.
It was really good setup for a character, seeing him act heroic even though he had a pathetic body. But once he got the badass body, the movie fell apart.
I was struggling to do anything with a character that's, not the character we know from a few films in the future.
I love Hugo Weaving. Phenomenal actor, but his German accent in that movie was just ridiculous.
Oh, he's a great actor. I think he's a good pick for the Red Skull.
But they should have had him be sinister Hugo Weaving like he always is. We'll use our imaginations. Maybe Hitler hired him, or whatever.
Okay, Joe. There's two versions of the Red Skull. He's either a maniacal, creepy, psychopathic monster, Nazi, okay, or he's hilarious. There's no two ways about it.
Which one did we get? Did we get the hilarious or the monster?
We got the creepy psycho one, who's the Nazi, but the hilarious one is the one that's in the future going oh, I had so much fun with Hitler. He was a good guy. He says crap like that and it just gets an immediate giggle out of you.
what's his name? The guy from the second movie, Pierce. He should have been the Red Skull in disguise. That would have been a neat twist.
Who is Pierce?
The villain of the Winter Soldier movie, the one that brainwashed Bucky or controlled him. I think Robert Redford played him.
Oh, Robert, yeah. Oh, he's the guy who Samuel L. Jackson says you got to keep one eye open to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scene. I like that bit.
But like he should like pulled off the Robert Redford thing, and it should have been like Hugo Weaving under there. Surprise! Okay.
The first Cap America movie, not that great. The second one is like a classic. It's like a modern
phenomenal.
classic. Yeah, Winter Soldier will like always go down as one of the best MCU movies.
And
as an action film, it's just brilliant.
And I don't know where I stand with the last one. I kind of feel like Cap got robbed of a third movie.
Yeah, I feel like the third movie is kind of like just the Avengers 2.5.
I'll tell you this much about that movie. I think Black Panther had a better arc in that movie than he had in his own film.
Which sucks.
Because like he's like the only character who's actually heroic in that entire film.
That's a really good point. Is Cap America 3 technically Cap's movie?
He comes off looking like a hypocrite in the end, and so does.
It's barely his movie, is what I'm saying.
It very much so. It barely is.
Like Downey Jr. shares Spotlight as like the deuteragonist. The whole plot seems to be just about like just inciting those two to fall out with one another. Everybody else from like the other Avengers movies are there, like taking Spotlight off them.
And here comes Spider-Man swinging with his web.
And they introduce Spidey and they introduce T'Challa and Black Panther and that, and it's just.
I'm fine with Black Panther. He had the best arc.
Yeah, but I wonder if people watch that Cap America movie and were like, "This is a good movie, but like, where's Steve Rogers?"
That would be interesting to look up. Who had more screen time, him or Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, it's probably going to be Steve. It's going to be Chris Evans, isn't it?
I'm going to say it's going to be close.
It'll be close. Yeah, you're right.
But the fact that we are asking this question shows you they did something wrong.
Did they make money though?
Well, they always make money, unfortunately.
They always do.
Except for Raya and the Last Dragon, which I heard was a flop.
Okay, you actually watched it. Was it that bad?
It was. I don't like the moral of the movie, because the moral of the movie tells you probably shouldn't trust people, because the main girl constantly tries to trust this other person. Like, I know she knows better, and she constantly gets backstabbed for it. And I'm like, oh, girl, come on. She already betrayed you twice already. Don't fall for the shit again.
So basically, it's our relationship with Kieran. Like,
He has never betrayed y'all. He's not always nice to y'all, but he's never betrayed y'all.
Mm-hmm.
he says that with absolute like confidence.
Yep.
I find him to be the sweetest sweetheart ever.
But the moral of that movie is, you might be betrayed by a potential friend one time. You might be betrayed by a potential friend a second time. You might be betrayed by a potential friend a third time. But if you're really lucky, you might not be betrayed a fourth time.
God, is this Naruto all over again?
Kinda, yeah.
Where he's like, he's my friend. He's like my only buddy. They had no relationship prior to that. They hated each other. They were like indifferent and intolerant to each other's existence, like on the same team. One of them thought he was an idiot, the other one was a stuck-up triad.
I think
Usually it's the people who are over the top nice who are the first people to put the knife in your back, by the by.
I think Garrus from Mass Effect nailed it. He has
So
a
you're
great-
waiting for Phil to stab you in the back.
I'm just saying that's typically the case.
Phil, that's you. The nicest one.
I would never do any such thing.
Better not. You try, I'll fucking kill you.
I would do no such thing whatsoever.
You gotta catch me first. Granted, in my current state, I'm probably the slowest I've been all year. I hurt my knee a little bit.
No.
It's just a sore muscle. I'll be fine.
Stop fucking running.
When I damn well feel like it, I will.
Needs to eat his chili dogs and save Mobius. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong.
What's it? Oh yeah, Garrison Mass Effect nailed it. He has this great quote in the second game to Shep. Like, I'm all for second chances, Shep. Not so much when it comes to third and fourth, though.
Okay, what was this autocratic? We were talking months and months and months ago about like some kind of autocratic government that does that. Like, didn't you envision like some kind of dystopian future or something at one point where there was you do one thing once, you're fine. You do a set number of times, and I think it's like 12 times you're out. They get ready at that point, don't they?
I don't remember this. Is this from a show, a movie, a book?
I think you were describing a book or something to me at one point, something like Psychopaths, where it's just like a pure nightmarish, like futuristic dystopia.
Not ringing any bells in that regard.
Pretty sure it was you as well that said that. Doesn't matter. So you're stuck down the shower again, eh?
Stuck? I came down here because I felt like it.
Oh.
It's a beautiful day today.
I was gonna say the new house.
Him living at his second mansion with 20 bathrooms.
Yeah, he has like 20 bathrooms at that place.
3, but who's counting?
You said 3?
3 and an outdoor shower.
Mm-hmm. 3 bathrooms, multiple showers, fucking about basically an entire parking lot for his collection of vehicles.
How many cars are outside?
His own private fucking landing strip for his private jet.
Okay, 3 bathrooms. How many cars are outside currently? Be honest.
3 speedboats.
Let him
That belong to me or
No,
other
the
members?
family.
Oh,
The clan.
1, 2, 3, at least 6.
Oh god.
Speedboats?
Yes, Karen, speedboats.
See, knew it.
Some of my family members do have a lot of money. I won't deny that. I'm not one of them. My one cousin's a VP at a school. His wife is like the CEO of her own company. And another cousin is an athletic director. I don't know if they make a lot of money. They might. I don't know. And my aunt/godmother was a former principal.
So basically, your entire family is rooted in education and administration.
To some degree, except for the one cousin I mentioned who is the CEO.
That's interesting. Like, I think only a few members of my family are in such a thing. Especially in admin. Admin's so universal a thing these days in offices and all sorts of fields of work. There's very few of us that are in it.
I'll say everybody's a teacher who's not the ones I just mentioned.
Thing is, you might like it. Like the peace and calm of a job for a change instead of getting harassed by kids.
What are you talking about?
The admin side of the job that you work already.
I don't have an admin job.
Okay, are you not currently doing schoolwork with kids online via PC?
Yeah, but I still have to work with the kids.
That's one side of admin. If it's anything to do with PC work, it's admin.
Okay. When you say admin, I assumed you meant administration. And administration
Yes.
very much is a principal job, a vice principal job, a superintendent job. That's
Cool.
how.
Lord.
A receptionist job, anybody who works with a PC for a company job, you know?
But when you're working directly with the kids, it's very much a teaching job.
Like, Joe, you can be an office clerk, you'd still get an admin position on roll on like all your CVs and everything. It's just the way the jobs go.
But I am very much still working with the
Fucking
kids.
HR. Yeah.
Yep, HR in general. It's exactly that. It's like these kryptonite. Might just do one of these nights with just all horrors because I know he hates those.
And if we want to get rid of Joe, it's all sex.
Why would that bother me, really?
Because it creeps you out.
Make him watch Interspecies reviews.
Oh no.
No,
Creep me out.
it creeps me out when it's anime or a cartoon. Carl. I don't mind when actual people are having sex.
But you went for that Fate movie last year, and you knew what you was getting into, but you still went anyway.
Again, a cartoon though. And it's not that bad in the Fate Stay Night. It's a lot worse than Interspecies reviewers. They don't show anything in the Fate Stay Night movie.
Interspecies reviewers are censored anyway.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna move over downstairs, seeing as we're not doing that anymore.
Don't they show full frontal on that?
No, I'm pretty sure it's censored if I remember correctly. One probably is an uncensored version now, to be fair.
Sure, some sicko enjoys that.
I just thought it was funny.
Carl, if I had a kryptonite, it would be seeing kids get killed. I don't like that in movies.
I don't deal with that very well.
That's
Especially
why.
now.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't often deal with suicide very well anymore. It depends on the movie, like that Neil Breen movie,
Yeah.
where I am president of the bank. I have committed horrific crimes against humanity. You know, that doesn't bother me.
But-
because, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But that kind of is one of the reasons why I didn't like, I almost said Parasite. No, it's the same director, The Host. Because the little girl dies at the end. I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, there was a movie that I watched, I don't remember what it was here, a while back, and it was a really bad horror movie called Bye Bye Man.
Oh, yes, I've heard of this.
Not good at all. It was distracting enough. You know, there was a lot of, but logic, you know. Anyway, it's going along. And then, do you mind if I spoil the end? I know Kieran doesn't care because he'll never watch a horror
Go for it.
voluntarily. So
I think I've seen this movie anyway, but go on.
at the very end, he's like, I know how to end this. And he's sitting with his back up against the front door of his house. And he puts the gun up to the side of his head, pulls the trigger.
Okay.
That I did not deal well with because I was not expecting it. I had not been made aware that this is something that, if I'm made aware, hey, this is going to happen in this movie, I can brace myself for it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's totally unexpected.
Like when Elizabeth Rom dies at the beginning of Wish Upon.
But I'd already seen that. And I
Yeah.
saw that, I think, before. When did that come out? 2013, I think? Because I think I'd seen that before.
It's not super new, but it's either 2017 or 18, I think. Or maybe even 19.
I thought that I had seen that before. So I was more prepared for it. And it, you know.
And I think I told you also.
The method makes a big difference too with me. Remember that how they choose to go is a major factor for me.
The Bye Bye Man.
Oh, it was horrible. I mean, it was okay enough. Oh, it was 2017. You were right.
Oh, for Wish Upon?
Wish Upon, yeah. July 27th, 2017. So, yeah, that was after, but I had already seen it.
It's all right.
I mean, I hadn't seen it before,
Mhm.
I got to where I couldn't handle that. But I guess maybe because it was a different method, maybe because I kind of expected it in a way. Because, tragic backstory. Also, they didn't really show detail. But it didn't really bother me. But yeah, Bye Bye Man did really bad. That put me in a dark place for a while.
Trying to figure out how do I add a new location to my weather app.
Usually it'll be in settings.
Not on the app itself?
Okay, on my app, I don't know which app you have. Because you got an iPhone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, so mine is very different, most likely. So I click on mine, and when I'm looking at it, it has, my city, the temperature, partly sunny, real feel right now, blah, blah, blah. Up at the very top is like 3 lines, which is the locations. And then there's a plus sign where I can search other locations or add a location. I mean, there's 2 different places I can add locations, the 3 lines or the plus sign.
I figured
But
it out.
that's on mine, and that's Android, so...
It's okay, I figured it out. You ever watch Truth or Dare? It's another stupid horror movie.
Yes, I did. By the way, fiend stew is so yummy. So here's what I did, Joe. You might like this to try sometime.
Mhm.
With my beef stew, you put the stew meat in with a bit of beef broth,
Mhm.
and then I added a bottle of beer. Actually, the Hefeweizen that I brewed myself. Thank you, Kieran. And I put in about a cup-ish of Pyment, which is a red wine. It's red wine and mead combined. And then added Worcestershire sauce for, good flavoring. A bit of garlic. And, of course, the potatoes and carrots, Put the lid on it, put it on medium heat, and just left it alone for like 2 hours. Came back, the meat wasn't quite tender enough. I put a little more beer in there. Because at first I'd only put about 3/4 the bottle of beer. Well, when I went back and it wasn't quite tender enough, I added the rest of the beer. And let it go for about another hour. Came back, it's super tender. It's really tasty. It's basically from the Cook's Fiend Stew found in Fallout New Vegas. I just added a little more flavor.
Okay.
Kieran, I got Seabrook's Worcestershire sauce. Yeah. That's where I'm up to. Is he even there?
Yeah, apparently I have mute button. Worcestershire sauce, though. I mean,
Seabrook's.
why, man? I mean,
I don't know.
there's better flavors.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
I think
lamb
it
and
runs
mince is the
good
best.
flavor.
Yeah, Worcestershire sauce is good, but there's like a crisp flavor. I mean,
Yeah. I must be honest, having a bag of it now, I'm kind of like, it's better than other things than this.
yeah. I mean, I like the flavor of Worcestershire sauce, but I mean, it's just not with crisps. It's not quite right.
I love hearing a British person stumble over that word because we Americans have a bitch of a time with it.
Yeah.
Who stumbles with what?
Kieran was slightly stumbling over Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire,
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Portsmouth.
Gloucestershire.
Joe getting his dinghy.
My friends basically want to watch The Flash.
Yeah.
Fuck that show.
Oh, wait, the TV show? It was
Yeah.
a movie then for a second. Oh, wow.
They made a Flash movie?
Flash Gordon, I know of. Flash. Ah,
Oh yes, we know that very well.
The greatest movie ever.
that
seen.
is fun.
Any movie with Timothy Dalton gets an instant win for me, so you know that's not fair.
Anything with Queen gets an instant win from me.
Brian Blessed or bust.
I think people like that movie more for nostalgia's sake than actually being anything worth watching.
It's not a good ass movie. No.
By the way, Max von Sydow, most talented person in there.
Also true.
Look, Flash Gordon, we all know it's not a good movie. What it is a fun night with friends and drinks.
And drink we did.
Even I drank. It wasn't my usual just like soda or water. It was... What did I have that night? I think it was something with Captain Morgan's. It might have been Captain Morgan's and Coke.
Flash Gordon's like, a very special best of the worst movie.
And there's budget behind it and creativity. The thing that sucks about it the most.
They could afford Queen.
Yeah.
Granted, the Masters of the Universe could afford Jimi Hendrix.
When was that?
They play a Jimi Hendrix song in that movie.
Yeah, but he wasn't alive to see it, was he? I mean,
That still costs money.
yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that flavor. Give me the lemon mint again.
Yeah, I'm glad you suffered.
Yeah.
Kids went to see the Easter Bunny today. All I could think of was Mallrats.
I
Did you
think
fight him?
Easter Day.
This is for Brody Bruce, you posing sack of.
One
Probably,
more
yeah,
week
but-
and I'm buying a big-ass giant chocolate chip.
Why?
Good. You already broke
Right.
Lint. Didn't you eat that cookie?
I did, but it was a bad cookie.
You already broke Lint then.
But I only did it once, and it was a
Yeah,
bad
well-
cookie.
But you broke Lint.
Yeah, I did, and
But-
so what?
You already failed.
I already failed.
You lost.
I already got the bad ending.
You got the bad ending, Joe.
Freaking go in Panera. Give me all your cookies. I don't care how much.
I hope that cookie was worth it, Joe. You're going to hell.
I know. By the way, you are given cheat days with Lent. Like, I could technically have eaten it on a Sunday.
Cheat days, goddamn.
Yeah, they actually are a thing.
Catholicism, isn't it fun?
And, I didn't use any of my cheat days, so I'm substituting a cheat day for that Wednesday.
Joe, don't take this personally, but your religion really is a farce. Like, there's really no other nice way for me
Okay,
to say that.
do you mean his belief? Really? Because I think it's his
Joe
lack
No,
of
said
belief.
he's a
Catholicism
bad
in
Catholic,
general.
The fact there's a cheat day is for Lent is
You
fucking
should
stupid.
live in faith, except for these days when, you really don't have to. Because it might not be convenient.
Well,
You should publish this video and see how many views you get.
I mean, having cheat days for Lent is the same concept as like the Purge movies and having that day for doing whatever the fuck you want. And that's just fucking stupid.
Well, then they need to rejigger length, because the whole concept is supposed to be 40 days and 40 nights, and they begin it in the beginning of, not the beginning, the middle of February usually, and it's not 40 days and 40 nights at that point. It's closer to 60.
Very rare does the Brain Trust
No.
talk about politics and religion and belief and all sorts of serious issues. But Joe just had to bring up cookies on this Saturday night, didn't he?
But my point is, though, I did not have a cookie for over 40 days before breaking it.
Good. You're a good boy.
Wait, Fat Tuesday wasn't until March, so that means Ash Wednesday, which is the beginning of your Lent, wasn't until March, because Ash Wednesday's the day after Fat Tuesday.
Let me check this up. When was Ash Wednesday? It was February 17th.
Oh, excuse me. Why was I thinking it was March?
Uh,
I don't know.
My point is, though, I went over 40 days without eating a cookie. I was a good boy.
No. Because it hasn't been 40 days since Ash Wednesday.
nope.
There's only 28 days to February, so February 17th you said was Ash Wednesday?
hmm
So today's the 27th, which means it's only 38 days.
I was close.
Not only that, he had that cookie like last week. barely-
Wednesday.
Barely,
Well, it's not, no, the 23rd.
barely a month.
A month and a week?
No, 11 days. Because, yeah.
Barely a month.
No, wait, no. 12 days. 17th. So 35 days. I almost made it to 40. Damn it.
Wait. No, the 17th was 28 days, Joe.
What?
It starts on February 17th and you have it on March 17th. That's only 28 days.
It starts on the 17th. And then I ate the cookie on the... Yeah, okay, so the 17th. And then there's... I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's 11 more days in March then. I'm sorry, 11 more days in February. Wait, no. Yeah, that would be 11 days in February.
And then
And then-
17 in March, that's 28.
No, 22 days in March.
Doesn't matter. You broke Lent. You gone to hell.
I didn't use a cheat day.
Cheat day.
I am the master of loopholes.
How was that cookie, Joe? Did it taste of sin?
No man.
It's worth every bite. I've accidentally broken Lent before. Like, there's been times where I'd give up two things, food and, I don't know, something mundane like biting my nails, and I'd accidentally bite a nail sometime within that 40, wink, 40-day period.